Nom 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 nom. Peekaboo!
Ambush detected.
I'm here and g'day champions, how's it going, and welcome back to another Division 2 build video. So I recently put out an endless decoy build and you all seem to love that one, so today we have its kryptonite. Spot anyone, anywhere, decoy or not, I'll find you.
'Cause I'd find you.
Yeah.
It's my pulse build. This type of build helps you and your team spot hostiles whether they're using decoys or not. Helps to prevent being flanked or just gives you overall fight awareness. And it will also trigger spotter for your teammates too. Now there's a heap of ways that you can run this build. I have tried it as a pure support build, but I love doing some damage. So that's how I've made mine, and it's a heap of fun to use. We are here in the DZ checkpoint for this one, champs, so it shows the skill's true cooldowns. Because everyone knows cooldown times are reduced in the shooting range. So with all that said and done, let's get to it. Now, that looks like a bloody lot's going on this build, Plum. Yeah, and it is. We've got 4 reds, 2 blues, 1.2 mil armor, and 334k health. 1 Gila, 1 Fenris, 1 Seska, 1 Grupo, Contractor's Gloves, and the Fox's prayer knee pads. We're using the Survivalist specialization for a couple of reasons. Distributed repair. Armor kits repair over 5 seconds instead of instantly. And also apply to group members within 20 meters. A 20 meter radius in the DZ in a gunfight is huge. Survivalist Tactical Link. Group members get a 10% bonus damage to targets with a status effect. This is a team thing. I don't need to be the one applying the status, remember that. So out of all our specializations, I do feel Survivalist benefits your team the most. Now for the guns. I'm using this bloody ripper of a Carbine 7. I love this thing. Oh, how trash, I hear you say, because I'm running in sync on my gun? The fact that I can proc this talent and have 30% bonus weapon damage nearly always without cheesing a shield is pretty dope. The secondary is my Pestilence. I love this thing. Now, I do feel this is one of, if not the best gun in the game. Everyone should have this on every build if your main gun isn't an exotic. Stack targets and watch those ticks rip through armor. You can even stack skills such as hives and decoys. It's pretty cool. Righto champions, to the build itself. The main item for this build and what it is made around entirely is the named Gila mask, the Nightwatcher. Gila gives us 5% total armor. The rolls that we have on this one are max armor and max crit hit damage. And every Nightwatcher comes with 100% scanner pulse haste. Now I've gone with a skill duration mod here because that does affect the duration that hostiles are pulsed for. So you could stack skill duration everywhere for a full support pulse build, but I like my damage. I do feel like this is a good balance between support, damage, and purpose. Fenris chest piece, all max red attribute rolls. I've opted for Unbreakable here, but if you wanted to be more of a support role, run something like Efficient so you can spam those armor kits for your team. Or if you want to put more armor on the build, you could then definitely run the tardigrade. The holster is Seska, so we get that crit hit chance, and it's maxed out in all red rolls. The knees are the Fox's Prayers with armor, crit hit damage, and that multiplicative damage to targets out of cover. Contractor's Gloves with weapon damage, crit hit damage, and that multiplicative damage to armor. And also being Petrov, we get that LMG damage, which does help when we swap to our Pestilence. The backpack is a Gruppo with the talent Vigilance for a 25% weapon damage buff when we don't take any damage. Other talents you could use on this would definitely be Companion or Concussion, they're great options. Now to the skills, and like I said, I don't need a shield to proc in sync all the time. I'm using the decoy to throw players off my scent a little bit so I can attempt to get some beams on. And the main skill that this build is made around is the Scanner Pulse. Scanner pulses the surrounding areas for hostiles and visually highlights them on the agent's HUD. Our cooldown is 9.1 seconds and the duration for this is 11.4 seconds. Now, pro tip, every specialization has 50% pulse resistance in it. Why? Because when the devs removed crit range, they were clueless on what to do, I guess. So the way it works means our duration is basically knocked down to about 6 seconds or so. But that's plenty for you and your team to spot players. And hey, if you miss them, give it 3 seconds and I can pulse again. This is where if you spec into skill duration more, you could have players pulsed for more than 15 seconds. So tweak the build to suit your playstyle and your team. Over to the stat sheet, 53 crit hit chance and 156 crit hit damage. 14% damage to armor and that 8% damage to targets out of cover too. For the Pestilence, low crit hit chance, but everything else is the same. And we use it for those massive pesty ticks anyway, which is based off our weapon damage, not crit hit damage. Like I said, there's heaps of ways to run this build, champs. This is just how I've made mine, and I kinda dig it. Now, here's the real question. Are you gonna mix it up in the DZ and try something a little bit different? Or are you gonna run the same boring SMG regen builds or status trash for the next 3 months until we get new content? I know what I'm doing. I'm trying everything this great game has to offer. And that's it for me on this one, champs. Drop a comment below about whatever. Any feedback, build questions, suggestions, or ideas, you know I'm easy. Help yourself and the channel. Make sure that you've hit that bell notification so you know every time I upload new content. So, did you like it? Then smash that like button, and if you didn't, you can press the dislike. But remember, to support me and the channel, hit that sub button and become a creepy subscriber. And I'll catch you all in the next one, champions. I'm Plum out.